kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick six.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
Prater for the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He sets to fire deep. And this one is incomplete.
But I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Out of the gun on third down, here's Tua. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stopped that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 29-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Tua going to throw. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
First down, here's White. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd and 5. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go up the middle with White. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Opting to run again here with White. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try the right side here with White. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Gets it out quick. It's Gage on the slant. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big play that time on the catch and run. And this long drive is going to continue as they move the chains again. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Here's White. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
And he's going to go down, sacked back at the 13-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone. Looking to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the defense going to use the 1st of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Prater's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Tua, a final shot before half. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here. That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. But not much on that run, Charles. No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down. I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down. And as we say often, it shows confidence. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 40 yards. And the Bucs are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there. Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now. And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Tua. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house from Buccaneer TD. Prater for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual. I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And now here is another interception. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off. Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group. Short completion, just 4 yards, and now it's 3rd and 3.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
3rd down, and they're going to try the jet sweep. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the 3rd quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, partner, they certainly put... 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Back to throw here. The ball comes out, and this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Back now in Tampa. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his man on the out route. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. White again. Room here to run. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Rashad White. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Buccaneers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Benogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Here's Tua. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 45-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Vita Vea busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Tua sets up to pass it. Flushed under pressure again, and down he goes again. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
Well, it's obvious, but I can't help but say it here. It's never a good day when the opposing defense has more sacks than you have points. The win seems likely, but this defense is still playing for something here. They see that 0 on the scoreboard, and they don't want that to change.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The drive starts with a run by White. Javon Holland coming up to make the stop.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Fournette. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
It's Tagovailoa from his own end zone. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. One final try for Tagovailoa. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a success.